What's up, everybody? This is the Crown Priestess, and I'm bringing you another collective message. Just a collective. I'm not doing it for all the signs. So, if you please just take what resonates, okay? Please just take what resonates. Like, if it don't fit, if it don't feel right, it's not your message. End of story. If I hate that I have to keep explaining that at this point, because people are just weird in my fucking DMs sometimes. Like, oh, you said this or whatever, and it's like, girl, you were watching a reading for 46 other people. So if you want a personal one, once you get that booked, okay? All right, and it's no shade. But I did get a channel. First of all, the song playing right now is called "Don't Wait." It's by Samo. He's an incredible artist. He's also my good friend. So really, he's really such an incredible artist. If you're somebody, especially who's into like authentic vocalist shit, he's beast. But the song is called "Don't Wait" by Samo. And this song is really about like him realizing that, you know, hurt people. And so even though he really loves this woman, he has to like let her know, like, don't wait for me, like, you know, like, don't wait on me, because I basically got to fix myself. I got to go get my life together. And some of you can be in that kind of situation right now, whether it's your person or you, where you're realizing like, it's not that I don't love you, it's not that I don't care, but it's destroying us to be together type shit. And it's not fair for me to like make you wait for me to get my act right. You know, it's some energy like that. Like, the love, yes, I just saw the Two of Cups. The love is there, but maybe one of you, or, you know, both of you are just not aligned as far as like timing is concerned, as far as like what you guys are not only wanting and desiring from a person, but what you're willing to provide and give to a person as well. Because sometimes we want to be in a relationship, we want to be loved on, we love somebody, but they don't meet our expectations. Or, you know, not to just blame the other person, sometimes it's about you. Sometimes you're just not in a place to give to somebody the way they need you to give to them, okay? So that could be significant, that message for someone. I was getting channels last night, right? Like right before I went to bed, I was praying, and then I always end up like, every time I start praying, I end up in meditation. It's like immediately, that's just my divine like gift. Like immediately when I talk to God, He talks back. Like it's right away. Like, you know, they immediately talk to me. I don't have to wait a long time usually to hear what it is I'm asking for. But I was in meditation last night, and I was told to take rest, right? Because I just wouldn't sleep. And that's been an ongoing thing with me. And that is a very common thing with spiritual practitioners. But it wasn't about physical rest necessarily, it was about spiritual rest. And so I'm speaking especially to those who are in active spirituality, or who are active at practice, particularly those who are new at practice. So I would say if you've been on a spiritual journey for maybe under 3 years, okay, it's still fairly new, even maybe 5 years, because everybody's journey is different. It takes, it's different levels and shit like that. You're being called to take a break, okay, from whatever it is that you do in terms of that spirituality. Not that it's not saying like not to pray or not to meditate. Those are regular things that we constantly are doing. I do that shit all day. Like, even, you know, it doesn't matter. I could be in the room with 10 people. Trust me, I'm like in meditation half the fucking time. But what's being said, especially like I said to the practitioners, and it doesn't matter what you do, right? This can be, you can be a deacon at your church, you know, at your ministry, or you can be you can be a tarot reader, you can be a cowrie shell reader, you can read smoke or coffee grounds, or, you know, you can do ritualistic work or make candles and do spell work for other people. Whatever it is that you are doing spiritually, it is speaking to those who like have been doing this consistently for a long time, especially like I said, especially for the newer people. Like if this is something that you haven't been doing very long, you maybe need to take it easy, take a break, because and it makes sense because what they told me specifically, you know, and I knew it was for me in that moment because I have kind of been doing a lot of work for clients and things like that. I've been really, really busy. So, and I've learned in time, after 15 years or so, you figure it out. That I need to know when to take a break and take, you know, my vacation and just rest and be like, okay, I'm not going to do any of this work for anybody for like at least a month because it's very, very draining. It's an energy consuming work, right? And so what they were speaking to specifically was, sorry, one second. What they were speaking to specifically was taking rest from this work because what happens with your spiritual growth, right, and spiritual strength, right? I'm speaking to those of you who know this, like who are in this line of work or just on this journey. Even if you're not physically doing spiritual work, but you are spiritually growing, you're doing your own work, your self work, your own rituals and things like that. What happens is when we are going deeper into spirituality, when we are ascending into these dimensions and going higher into these places, it weakens the body. Okay, it strengthens the soul, but it weakens the body because you're still alive. You're still very much alive. Your vessel has not passed. And so when your soul is leaving this place and entering these realms, and the farther and the deeper you go and the more entities and deities and angels that are around you, that are touching you, that are grabbing you and pulling you left and right, you know, and showing you things and speaking to you, they know this as well. This is why they're giving the message. You're leaving your body, your physical body, sort of in an autopilot, and it weakens the vessel. It does, because at the end of the day, you still are alive. You know, you didn't leave a corpse where you can just go and roam freely. No, you left your body there. So you have to return to this space. And, you know, as spiritual practitioners, we're constantly like in and out, in and out, in and out. And we're constantly like receiving these energies, right? And being anointed by these energies, being possessed by these energies, que se monten, whatever you call it, depending on, you know, some people, when they say they call it the Holy Ghost or whatever, right? When all of that stuff is happening, it does weaken the vessel because these entities are strong. These realms are of a much higher frequency, which is why a lot of times it requires us to leave our physical body to get there and then come back. And so a lot of you are doing this too much, whether you realize it or not, because I feel like I'm talking to somebody who probably doesn't even realize that they have this gift, like this astral projecting or some sort of like mediumship. And it's like maybe you black out at parts of the day, or you have fainting spells. If somebody is prone to fainting spells, this is what's happening to you. This is what's really happening to you. You know, science will call it something else. Doctors, of course, do all that jazz with them because I'm not a physician. But spiritually, this is what's happening to you. You're having spiritual moments, spiritual encounters specifically. And it's very important that you are taking your rest from these types of jobs, that you are asking spirit to give you that break, because sometimes, you know, depending on the gift, depending on the religion or the occult practice, you got to get very stern with some of these entities because they were people before, or they're just a little more dominating. And so you have to let them know, like, hey, please, I need a break. Like, don't come in here with that foolishness. Like, please, I need to sit this out for a little bit. Simple as that. You know, if you know, you know. But it is important that you're taking your rest. It is important that you are revitalizing yourself, your body, in the right way. So drinking plenty of water, getting your nutrients, keeping your electrolytes. There's something specific about electrolytes. Coconut water is really good for that. I drink coconut water faithfully. Like, the only thing I drink more than coconut water is coffee. But whatever. It's probably like equal what I drink coffee and coconut water. But organic coconut water, okay, is very good for hydration, electrolytes, especially if you're somebody who likes to party. Whatever it is you like to party with, people have vices, we all have them, they're different things. But coconut water is very, very good for your body and to wake back up like your energy and all of that stuff and keep you hydrated. So just making sure that you're taking care of your physical body and taking some rest away from the extracurricular activities that have to do with the other dimensions, okay? Thank you. I was a little long-winded. All right, let's get into a collective message for you guys. In spirit of Halloween season, which is my fave, I'm going to use obviously my Santa Muerte deck. I use this all the time because she's my mom. And then Nightmare Before Christmas, my favorite freaking cartoon movie ever. Animated cartoon movie ever. I love Tim Burton. He's so strange. I live for him. Anyway, let's get into the collective message. Please book a personal reading if you need one. I feel like somebody really needs to, I mean, whatever. Holla at me in the DMs. Let me know. I know stuff is tough. I'm not putting pressure on nobody. It's just like somebody here is like, they don't have the answers, like by mistake. There's a lot of confusion. I just saw the high priestess. It's like a lot of you too. That's what that is. Thank you, Spirit. And that was the message as well. I remember. Some of you are maybe even in a big age right now. When I say big age, I'm not calling you old, but you just grown, right? So I'm talking to probably like my 30 and up crew, somewhere between 30 and even 60. I'm getting an older woman right now. You can be in this place where you are feeling like you're ready to explore the spiritual world, and perhaps you've been somebody tied to organized religion, whether you're Jewish, Muslim, Christian, I don't care, or it doesn't matter. It can even be you grew up in an occult religion and maybe now you want to be in something more orthodox or more organized. Some of you have been seeing signs, have been seeing very clear callings to come step into another line of faith, another more spiritual, more open-minded, open-ended type of religious practice or spiritual practice. This is confirmation. If you've been feeling that, it is Spirit telling you yes, something else is calling you. And it's like, it's like you're understanding this. It could be as simple as science as well. Astrology is a science. And so it could be that you're studying astrology now, or you are suddenly have become more interested in the power of crystals or the power of herbs and spices. And maybe this is something that traditionally you did not value or you did not grow up learning, and the hood healer, I don't know if you guys follow her, but she said something interesting some weeks ago that I totally agree with, and I've always felt this way. She said something like, and this is, again, no judgment, this is a judgment-free zone, because I am a firm believer that you receive God in the way that he sees best fit to he has to make his way to you, and if it's through whatever channel that is, then fine. But she did say that organized religion, the problem with organized religion, or what she sees as a flaw in organized religion, with no disrespect to anyone else, is that when you are following religion, you're following someone else's spiritual journey or someone else's story, someone else's encounter with God. Versus spirituality is your own journey with God. It's your personal journey with God, right? It's like, and that makes so much sense. And that is like, when I was a kid, I tried to explain that to several people in my family who have always been in organized religion. And, they didn't understand that about me. And maybe I didn't have the words then because I was just a kid. I was like a teenager. But it was like, I never felt right in a church setting. I never wanted to be there. I never understood, and I've read the Bible several times. I've even read parts of the Quran. I've read Buddhist texts. I'm one of those people, I need to know. I want to know. I don't care. Tell me what's going on. I've even read some really dark shit that I won't say out loud because I don't want to fucking scare anybody. But, I've done my research. And every time that I got deeper and deeper into these texts, it just opened me more and more and more and more. It made me question everything. And I think that's what a lot of you are going through right now. Even at your big age, you're like, something about this just don't feel right anymore. And that is very on brand because we are in a time where we're forced to wake up, right? Okay. Let's get into it. A lot of you are coming into a space too where you're finding your tribe. I think that a lot of us have gone through transitions. Yep, leaving out when it comes to our friendships, our connections, whether love, platonic, even family. There's been a lot of fallouts. There's been a lot of like just yep, absolutely. There's been a lot of separation, and what seems like finality in that separation, like finally realizing that you've outgrown certain situations, you've outgrown certain people. And a lot of this has been tough. It hasn't been the easiest energy. It hasn't been easy for people to let go, right? Because we talk a lot about, oh, I cut this nigga off, I cut this bitch off, or whatever. But we don't talk about how hard it is to like make sure that sticks, right? And I feel like I saw a meme that said that. I don't know. Maybe something along those lines. It's all connected. So we're in a space now where we feel better because we've cut these things off, but there's the reminiscing, there's the missing, there's the creatures of habit as we are. Um, as I say that, Rising into the Light is the song playing right now, and it's by this woman named Chantress Seba, is her name? Yeah, Chantress Seba. She's fucking her vocals, again, vocals, she's one of those that do like frequency chants, and she just like sits in nature and starts singing, and her man is like behind her with a guitar. She's on Instagram. She's actually really popular on Instagram, but I have her music on my phone because I use it often to meditate and to like just get myself into zen mode, because her voice is like angelic as fuck. So yeah, the song is called "Rising into the Light," Chantra Seba, and so it's because we're growing, right? And I saw something again, I think by Hood Healer just yesterday, that said, these friendships are starting to cost too much. And I reposted it and I wrote like, yeah, they are costing too much. Your peace, your sanity, your money, yeah, but like people's health, people's growth. It's costing you a lot to be in certain relationships and certain connections with people, and it's keeping you stagnant and stuck. And you're sick of it. A lot of us are sick of it, right? And so it's time to kind of cut the dead weight. But you get used to having certain things attached to you, right? It's like when they remove a Siamese twin, you know, random growth off somebody's body. At the end of the day, you were in the womb with that person or whatever it is, because it's not always a full blown person. Sometimes just like a mass of something of another person. But there's a connection, right? There's a connection. It's like you knew you had this twin, you knew you had this other soul, this other being, this other entity with you for so long. And even if it was sort of a burden, even if it didn't feel like a burden, but it was a burden, you realize it's a burden when you cut it off. That's the shit. You realize like, oh shit, the mass is gone. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Some people, it's like having a tumor. I always say that, like, you have a tumor. Let's say you have a tumor in your foot. So for years, you like have this weird limp, like you're limping and your leg always feels really heavy, but you kind of got accustomed to it. And then they finally remove this tumor. You're healing, you got your cast on or whatever, and then you go to physical therapy and you start working out, and then before you know it, you're like running, and you like, damn, I never ran before. I didn't know that I could run. And it's like, it feels good. It feels great. It feels liberating. But it's almost like you like, yo, how did I not like, you know what I mean? You come into the space where you miss almost what you had to do before. Bittersweetly, like, yo, wow, I used to like, I feel so much lighter though. You know what I mean? Like the positives, the pros outweigh the cons, is what I'm trying to say. Because I know I sound a fucking mess right now, but it's because that's where your energy is right now. Somebody's energy right now is bittersweet because they had to draw something out of their life that maybe you reminisce about, you think about, you love, but it's better that it's not here, right? Shit like that. I do feel a very positive energy, a very motivated energy. There's like newfound motivation in a lot of you right now when it comes to things, when it comes to new connections. The Fool, as I said, new connections. It is. It's a new start on life. Um, and I think the constant battle is that the battle is with self. It's that you're wondering, should I return to this? Should I spin the block? It's not nobody else, it's you. like, damn, I kind of miss when this was like this, right? I just heard my treacherous twin. Whatever. Is that what's playing now? No, it's still Chantress. But I just heard my treacherous twin. I think that's in a Drake song, right? When it's like some of you had a bond with someone, a lover, a friend, a sister, a brother, a mother, a father, that was not the healthiest situation, but you found love for this person and you saw light in this person, no matter how fucked up the situation was. But you realized that you had to choose yourself and move forward. And you're battling yourself, Two of Candles. You're battling yourself with this decision. You're feeling like, should I have given them another chance? Should I have tried more? And the answer is no. It's no. We want it to be yes so bad, like I should have fought harder. But I feel like a lot of you did fight. You fought with all your might with that Nine of Candles. And it got exhausting because this person was constantly putting you in a position where you felt like you had to have this standoff, right? Five of Swords. This is Five of Swords energy. And Jack and Oogie Boogie are ready to throw down. Like, this person was always putting you in a position where you felt like you had to compete for something. Their attention, their love, who's tougher, who's nicer, who's cuter, who's flyer. Because there's one of those weird energies too, where it's like, I'm getting backhanded compliments, or like somebody who's like dimming your shit all the time. Like, you get really happy about something, and then negative Nancy is the glass half fucking empty, and they say something that just shoots your shit down, and it's like, bro, it's okay when it's like once in a blue you deal with the world, but like when this is coming from somebody you love and it's consistent, that is fucking exhausting. That is exhausting, and it's like, bro, do you hate me? Because if you hate me, like, what are you doing here? Like, for real. And I think that's what it got to, with you and this person. And did they hate you? No. No, they did not. They did not hate you. Okay. They did not hate you. But this person was just not healthy. Okay. In whatever way that a person can't be healthy, it's different for everybody. But it wasn't serving you. And you would have not grown at all. You wouldn't have ran, right? You wouldn't have been able to run without this person because they were a dead weight. Whether a tumor, whether you had to this is somebody you always had to look behind you and try to pull them, like, come, run, run, run. You know what I mean? Like, fucking Michael Myers is chasing us, even though that nigga don't run, but he always gonna catch you regardless. So it's like, we trying to speed up out of here. And you are like, bro, I'm gonna die trying to save your ass. Like, let's go. You know what I mean? So it was important that you let this person go. What is your advice? Let's get something. I'm dead. High Priestess, Three of Candles. Again, this speaks back to the spirituality that I was saying. There is something that you know is coming, and it's coming, and you deserve it, and you're going to get it. Could be abundance for a lot of you, stability. Could be a relationship. Could be pregnancy for somebody as well. That could be the battle that you've been struggling with, is fertility. If that's something that you have been struggling with, I feel like the work, Wheel of Fortune, as I said, that it's working in your favor. So some of you, congratulations at your big age, because some of you are already like, I didn't want to say, I don't know why Spirit just said on the back nine. Like, some of you maybe are like at an age where it's not particularly common to have children, but this nonetheless is something that you've been working towards that maybe you never thought you were going to get, and here it is. Okay, faster than you think this news comes in as well. But your advice is to just be patient. It's coming. It's not a patient that you have to wait years for. I don't think that it's going to take that long. I think that and yes, patience, but less about patience and more about faith. Okay, this is, with that, the High Priestess knows what the fuck is about to happen. She just understands at a level that other people don't understand. You know what I mean? Like, she overstands, she understands, because she doesn't just see with her eyes. She can see both the physical and the spiritual. So the potential, she sees all the sort of paths, the parallel universes. She can see all the ways that this is going to go, and she can make kind of a very smart, educated, spiritually educated guess that this is what's going to happen. So I would just stand in my faith, okay? And for those of you that are being called into other walks of faith, again, this is your confirmation, because I feel like some of you have you've been doing something, you know, like I said, with the pregnancy, but it can be with anything. You've been trying every damn way to do to get something done. You know, you have tried. It's not that you didn't do anything differently. You practice every formula you can possibly. All right, like somebody was at the board, like Jack in Nightmare Before Christmas, when he's trying to figure out what is this? Why is Christmas like this? Why is it so happy? What the fuck does Santa Claus have to do with this? What is this? Like, what is this? Right? Like that energy. Somebody has really tried in every fucking possible way to accomplish something, and they haven't, you know? And now it's bringing me to like, the movie Lightyear, the remake of Buzz, right? The story of Buzz, where it took Socks, the robot, it took him like 52 years to figure out a formula for this crystal that they had to reinvent in order to do the time travel and make it successful. But it was like the slightest change to the formula that made it happen. And so somebody is coming into that space. And so Spirit is telling you, just hang on, because you know you're going to get it. There's no way that... What happens is Spirit admires that kind of consistency and that kind of dedication. So I feel like for some of you, that's the miracle in itself, is that you went against all odds and you refused to give up. You were so like relentless, and like you were like, nah, I'm going to make this shit happen. I don't care what I got to do, how much sleep I have to lose, how much money I have to spend, where I got to travel to. You went that hard and you did it for so long that at this point, Spirit is like, you know what? Yeah, you deserve that. You know what? You deserve to have a baby. You deserve to be a mother. You deserve that job. You deserve that house. You deserve whatever it is that you've been fighting for, that relationship, because you did the fucking work, and like you went above and beyond to do the work, okay? Some of you can be into science very heavy because they keep showing me like scientific shit, okay? Like labs and formulas and things like that, and there it is. There it is, the Four of Candles. That's the Four of Wands. Whatever it is that you've been working for, just hold it on faith, because it's coming, okay? And it's going to be everything that you wanted and then some, all right? And I love that for y'all. Let's go into Kippies and see if they have additional messages for you guys. Additional messages for the collective right now. That was a really positive read, actually. Like, really a gift. See? A gift. Some of you are receiving something that you really have wanted for a long time, and that you have done the work and you deserve it. You deserve to you've done the work. Toil and labor and a gift. I'm going to stop talking because I feel like that's it with the message. I feel like that's all. I don't want to drag it out or make it anything that it doesn't have to be. So thank you guys for listening. Book your personal readings with me if you are feeling called to do so. If not, a like, a comment, a share will definitely more than suffice. That's it. Love, light, and abundance.